Hello guys, and welcome to episode 24 of my Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough, playing as the Von Carsteins on very hard difficulty. This is Mortal Empires and we're going for world domination, and today it's going to start by attacking the dwarves, I think. We're probably not going to attack them straight away, but if we jump into diplomacy we can try and find a way to attack the dwarves without them bringing in Kislev, because I don't want to attack Kislev early on. I think it's silly to do it before the chaos arrives, so we're going to try and find a way to declare war on the dwarves, which most likely will be through the border princes. And the border princes, if we declare war on them, will bring in Karak and Clan Angrand, but Clan Angrand is a bit out the way, so probably won't matter too much. They've got to go through the Crooked Moon if they want to, and Karak is not actually that large, but still might be a problem, so we are going to have to put an army in their direction. And one thing is you guys have been saying in the comments is, turn back on your attacks in the mountains. Something like that. Anyway, we will do it now in Karak because that's up to like 86 public order, so definitely worth doing. But honestly, as soon as I move out Isabella, that's going to be minus again, I would assume. So we do have to be a bit careful about that. But in the meantime, we may as well just start raiding the lands of the dwarves, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that movement point to get closer to Khazad-Urkalaz and then eventually declare war on them. This will also help pop the rebellion, so that's something that we can work on. But as I showed you guys, the public order is now going to go back down, so I can maybe exploit that mine for a little while, but it's not really going to help out with public order in the long run. So that's the main issue. Like, not owning Khazad-Urkalaz is like a big problem. Like, I could do it in Karak quite easily, and we should do that. But that's only because I own Nashrak's Lair. Up here with Karak I can't really afford to do that, and in my opinion, in a very hard campaign, having public order is more important than having money. So that's just how it is. So I'm going to use Vlad, actually. I think I'm going to take him down to Karak here. And we'll use him to attack Migdal Vongobarak, and then we'll move from there to Karak. In the meantime, we can have Ormond Fafbak move down towards Eschen this turn. I'm going to have him recruit a bunch of dudes, so we'll grab like a bunch of Graveguard. And we're going to make his army pretty damn good so that he can attack into Zufbar and Oakenhammer. So that's what we'll be doing for the next few turns, just sort of building up these armies. Make sure I have 3 armies, which I can now support because I'm utilising the cash from that gold mine, and we can get the job done. So that's what I'm going to be looking to do, and I think we are good to move on to the next turn. But let's just move up this Banshee first. I'm going to go into the mountains a little bit more to have a look around. Okay, cool. That'll do. I'm going to save the cash, as it will put us over 10,000 in the next turn, which may allow us to build a more significant building in our main province. Let me just fast forward this. So taking out the dwarves now is, I think, definitely a good idea, for sure. It's something that I think you need to focus on, because their late game units basically directly counter the vampires. They've got high armor, and you don't have very good armor piercing units. They have the flame cannon, and all of your regeneration units are weak to flames and fire, so it just kind of gets worse and worse. Like when they get Iron Drakes, for example, you just have no chance. Well, assuming that the AI can play around with them properly, but yeah, still a problem. So, let's jump to Vlad. He's going to continue to march through. His vampire here is actually leveled up. So, where do we want to go with her? Probably towards Impassioned, right? Get that extra melee defense. It's pretty important. Keep them alive. We're going to continue to move towards Khazad-Urkalaz in raiding stance. It is going to make them hate us, but it is what it is. For some reason, their public order is now going up. Not much I can do about that. But anyway, we have the cash to build another building here. So I think what I'm going to do is grab the Forbidden Library. We will, however, have to save cash for the recruitment in Vormund's army. So let's work out what we want to make first. Probably just more Graveguard, honestly. We could actually just upgrade to the Mausoleum, and while we're doing that, have Vormund move to Castle Tempelhof to get some Terrorgeists. Well, not Terrorgeists, but Vargeists.
This better be important.
So we'll grab some Vargeists here. And Cairn Wraiths, probably a good idea against Dwarves, so we'll grab a couple of those as well. Then when we move back, we can probably get rid of some of these zombies. So, starting to get a pretty nice army going. Let's continue with Midnight's Children upgrade for Isabella. And with this 3,000, we're just going to save it. I would, again, invest it into a building, but we want to keep it around the 10k mark. There was something I was going to build in this slot. I just can't remember what it was. Because we need to save one slot for the Von Carstein Court Hall. We can upgrade the Defiled Cairn eventually. We can upgrade to the Vampire's Keep to get Blood Knights at some point. That's actually going to require a Reliquary though, which is the upgrade for the Armory. So we will have to get that. I think honestly we were just going to get Forbidden Library, weren't we? Yeah, that's fine. Let's end the turn. My Banshee moved like an inch. Whoops. Probably should have manually moved him again. Alright, let's just speed up the rest of this. Norska's, I think, attacking Kislev, maybe? Unless they were just running through their lands. But either way, if Norska's strong, then Chaos will have a hard time, so that's good. Another thing I should check up on actually is if I have any more potential trade agreements. Because the Silver Host don't exactly hate us. I don't think we have a sort of land connection with them, therefore we cannot utilize trade. But the Rakath dynasty there actually was pretty high. Confederation between Lothon and Trace. Follower gained. Mission issued. Raise the banners. That's an interesting thing actually. It might be worth doing that just to get the bonus on the +1 recruitment rank. Maybe not this turn. Let's start investing in the Forbidden Library. That will use up all of our cash. I'm going to put Vlad into probably raiding stance actually, and we'll start raiding Migdal Fongol Barak as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because then when we declare war on the Border Princes, we can just attack the settlement straight away. And this army is not very good. This may also cause the dwarves to just declare war on us, which would be a good way around them, or us having to declare on 3 dwarven factions, at least. We're going to max out Specialist, and that's all done. We have a Lord that's not moved, which is fine. That's just Isabella. We're waiting on Ormond, really. My only question is, do we get another leader? Oh, this guy's nice. Plus 5% campaign map movement range. It's a really good bonus, actually. Campaign map movement range is just one of those fantastic things for exploiting the AI, because if you sort of have more campaign map movement range than them, then when they try and force march away from you, eventually you'll have enough to catch up with them, and that allows you to avoid them running you around, which is really important. So I think I might even just pick up this guy for now. It's going to affect our income quite a bit, but it finishes this mission, and it allows me to cancel the recruitment of these guys, and instead recruit them at rank 1. So that will be good. Get those canrays in there. And honestly, we could probably even try and make him an army of some size. And get ourselves some rank 4 Graveguard in his army. But I just did that for the extra +1 recruit rank, and also the minus 15% recruit cost, so that will be helpful, although we'll have less money to work with in the next turn. But we do already have the 10k building in Castle Drakenhof, so that's fine. So just moving through the turns again. Apologies that there isn't like any crazy action at the start here, but once we declare war on the dwarves, it will certainly pick up, I'm sure. And there's also the opportunity for other nations to declare war on us in the meantime, especially the other empire provinces. I do need to remember to jump into my diplomacy on the next turn. That's just so I can check the trade agreements again. I'm pretty sure the Rakaf dynasty does like us, and if they have a port, then that would be a good idea. Have a look. Yeah, they do like us. Can we get that trade agreement? Maybe we have to offer some money. Would that be worth it? 1,600? It depends really, because if they lose access to their port, then I lose the trade agreement anyway. And they're currently at war with the followers of Nagash, so there is a potential for that to happen. I don't think that's worth it. Also, we're trading with the followers of Nagash, so I don't want to mess that up. Okay, let's recruit more Graveguard here. How many more does this guy need? He's already got a couple. Maybe we could get some Fell Bats. Depends if they're higher rank here. They are. I think I'm going to get some Fell Bats, just because they're good for running down units. Although saying that, probably Direwolves are better for that. Let's get a couple of Direwolves. And maybe a couple of Black Knights. That's good. So he can recruit these guys, Warman can recruit these guys, then what we'll do is we'll disband these lot and basically put the units that Milland has into Warman's army and then disband this guy. So this is just to help us recruit faster. I'm going to basically disband them now so we have more income on the end turn. But raiding and getting cash from that is good. Vlad von Carstein has leveled up, so we'll get Woundmaker upgraded. And that is it. We'll end the turn. The other good thing about raiding, whilst we're waiting, is that it is increasing the vampiric corruption in those provinces before we take them over. So that is helpful, because then the public order won't be so much of an issue, especially in that dwarven province in the hills. I think it's very important because although we'll own the main settlement, it's going to be pretty difficult to sort out the public order there. It looks like the Greenskins took over Khazad-Urkalaz. Like on the mini-map on the top right, I think it got taken. Which means Isabella may as well run down past that settlement, because I don't really want to fight that faction now. Seems like a silly idea. Let's tell the migration to be gone. However, the minus recruitment cost would be pretty nice. Be gone. Okay. He's got builder, that's fine. But yeah, Khazad-dûr was taken by the Skull Takers, right? So we're going to just get the hell out of there. And we're going to head down south. Actually, before I leave... Oh, never mind, too late. I was going to look at what we could raise dead there. Because we can get some pretty nice ones here. We can pick up some Graveguard, and Graveguard with great weapons. That would be a good replacement for the Crypt Ghouls and Skeleton Spearmen. Upgrade this Vampire. And I think we'll give her Immortality. That's pretty important. Okay. So are we nearly there with this army? One more turn for Warmond. And that will be 12 plus 7, so that'll be 19. We need one more troop. I guess we could maybe just raise dead somewhere. Not sure it'll be particularly important. Actually, we could just pick up the Claw of Nagash, actually. That's a good shout. Because then we get the regeneration and all that good stuff. This is a really good unit to have, like, accompanying all of the Graveguard that we'll have. So that's fantastic. Yeah.
King of Darkness. Vlad
Alright, we'll
von Carstein.
probably be moving out in the next turn then, which is good. And I can probably declare war in the next turn because they don't have armies near Zufbar anyway, so that's fine. And we have Isabella in position to come down and attack like Mount Gumbad. So that's what we're going to do there. I will recruit some more from Raised Dead though. I'm tempted to go back and check what was at Khazad-dûr. Because what's the total casualty? That's like 3,000. That's like 1,700. So that's quite a lot of casualties there. I think it'd be worth checking. Because if we can get something like a Vargolf, that would be fantastic. But since we aren't recruiting anymore, I may as well upgrade the settlement. So we'll get Kadak Kadrin upgraded, I think. Probably a good idea. I don't think there's anywhere else that could really use the upgrade. We've got walls pretty much everywhere. Put the walls into the moot, that's important. And we could probably just squeeze in like gibbets all over the place at some point. Once we have this extra cash, because we do want to have enough to upkeep these armies whilst continuing to build. Like, you never really want to be around the 1,000 mark or lower, because it makes things really difficult in terms of your economy moving forwards. So let's move on. I'm actually really surprised we haven't heard from Chaos yet. We're 95 turns in. I think it happens around like the 107 mark, 105 mark maybe. But before that, you just get the message, which I think we already had. Yeah, when the full invasion comes, that's going to be difficult. There's Wolfric. A little bit too close to Brass Keep for my liking. It's good that we'll finally be engaging at some point, probably just towards the end of the episode as well. I'll try and get a battle in if I can. I mean, we'll be declaring in the next turn anyway. Because Vlad's in position, Isabella's more or less in position. There's no real reason to wait around when we can start to make ground here. So, let's have these armies group up. I'm actually just going to have this guy go here. I'll put those in there. He can then grab himself the Regiment of Renown. We'll do that in the next turn. There's no point in paying for the upkeep of that. But this guy needs to go. Goodbye. And that will improve our income a little bit.
Von Carstein. If you think it is wise.
Right, let's talk to the Empire. Not the Empire, the Border Princes. I don't know why I always get so confused. And we'll just declare war. They're all going to join. And now we can attack them. Brilliant. And, well, I guess we're just going to auto-resolve this one. Sorry, guys. I thought that would be like a worse battle, but the auto-resolve just do good there, and it probably would have just ended the same if I played it out anyway. So we're going to occupy that, and that's going to help us spread the corruption early on. We'll grab the corpse pile there already, and I'm tempted to even get the Balefire Brazier building there, just so that we can spread the vampiric corruption faster, because the next thing we're going to do is move towards Karakern, and that may be a little bit more difficult to take. Let's start with this vampiric corruption now, the Guile and Glamour, so that will help us with the conversion. Isabella, she can move up into this province briefly. And what can we get? We can! Okay, that's awesome. We can even get a Mortis engine, holy crap. Anything else is useful? We can get some more Vargeists. Okay, I think it's time for the Tithe to go. We'll get rid of these. We'll grab the Vargolf. I'll grab some Graveguard. And that's all I can afford, apparently. Maybe the corpse cart with the unholy lodestone would be a good idea, because that regenerates hit points around itself. So if, for example, I'm attacking a settlement and I have like all of these flying units hitting the units just above the gate, I can have the unholy lodestone just sit underneath the gate and regenerate all their health. Maybe it'd be worth just waiting and picking up the Mortis engine. Although saying that, we don't need to wait, do we? Because we can move back towards Nashrak's lair, and I can just raise myself another unit of Graveguard here as well in the next turn. So we'll march this turn, make as much ground as we can, and then we'll move towards like Grom Peak and such. So that's good. I'll definitely try and find you guys a battle. It'll probably be Warmond taking on Zufbar. So that'll be cool. Meanwhile, Bathilda is going to continue up here. And we just got to try and work out where the dwarves start and end. And if we can take like their capital, the capital of the dwarves, which is here, Khazmodan, then I think we'll be in a very good position, especially in terms of our economy. So now we just have to kind of keep an eye on what's happening. Oh, the Border Princes actually have a massive army. Would you look at that? I was kind of counting on the fact the Border Princes wouldn't have a big army. Now we're going to have to hurry things up and destroy Karakern sooner than later. Then I guess we can move down to like Arkendorf and actually take it for ourselves if they take it. We would like a military alliance. We are not going to take that. I don't want them to pull me into any more wars. One thing that is good about this though is it might make the Crooked Moon like us again. We do have the walls at Grenstad, so it's not the end of the world if they do come through with an army. We should have time to get back anyway. What's this? The Bloody Princes. Minus 15% raised dead cost, or conflict of men, plus 10 leadership when fighting against men. We're not fighting against any men really. Other than the border princes, but that won't be for a while, so we won't use that in 3 turns. Probably just worth picking up the raised egg cost reduction, because then I can use that with Isabella to pick up these Graveguard at a reduced rate. I think I'm just going to get these Graveguard, because the idea of the front line of Isabella's army is just to sort of hold as much as she can. Alright, let's continue with Wild-Eyed. And it's time for Isabella to attack Mount Gunbad. So, let's move to the edge of the province for this turn. And I think I'm just going to raid my way to Mount Gunbad, because otherwise the attrition here will be quite significant. Migdal Vongol Barrack, we've nearly completed those buildings, which is good. Continue through, and I think I'll possibly do the same here, just raid through to Karakern. Karakern's going to be a tough nut to crack though, because most likely there is a full stack army there. What I'm going to do is we're going to pick up the Gibbet here. I'm going to pick up a Gibbet here as well. Actually, we want to build at Wurtbad the Balefire Brazier. Could also build a Gibbet. That'll do. And well, with Warmond, it's time to attack Zufbar. Oh, maybe, oh, bollocks. Yeah, I just realised I hadn't bought the Mortis engine. So, we're going to have to wait. That's fine. We can wait one more turn. I'll definitely play out this battle, either way. So yeah, attacking the dwarves and defeating them. It seems to be going relatively well with Karakhan, but I am pretty worried about the potential for a large army there. The dwarves I'm not too worried about, because they're likely under pressure from the greenskins anyway. It really depends where the greenskins are fighting right now, because it seems they have expanded south relatively quickly. Yeah, ideally in the last turn there I shouldn't have spent the money on the buildings, and I should have spent it on the Mortis engine and just attacked Zufbar straight away, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. Oh, Middenland's about to rebel. That's not good. So turn off the tax there. That's because I needed to build the Balefire Brazier sooner. How many turns do we have to fix that? Not enough. Corruption isn't changing either. Probably going to have to recruit an army there briefly. But before we do, let's just grab ourselves the Skeleton Spearmen. Actually, let's not. Let's just grab the Mortis engine and possibly the Chillgeists. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? And we can attack Zufbar. And this is going to be one hell of a battle. Just continue the siege there for a second. It should be fine, by the way, guys. It looks really bad, but that's mostly because it's all of those Thunderers. But the Thunderers can be overwhelmed quite easily. Let's start building the Gibbet here and the Balefire Brazier. And we'll recruit ourselves a Lord. We already have this guy, so he can jump in there and recruit himself some undead. Okay, that'll do. We'll just do that for like a turn or two. Not for too long. Let's go ahead and get on with this. We are going to have to wait for the siege. And that's going to take a while. Wow. I really thought that we would be able to at least attack in one turn.
Obliterate. Destroy.
I'm so used to having Vlad as a siege attack attribute that I didn't really think about that. Oh, wow. That's a disappointment. You guys are going to have to wait till the next episode, because there's no way I'm going to wait another couple turns and then attack it. I just don't have the time, unfortunately, guys. That's a shame. But we'll get into an awesome battle at Zufbar in the next episode. I'll have a battle with Vlad moving on to Kalakern, so plenty to look forward to anyway, guys, so don't be too dismayed. I apologise. Just move these guys into raiding stance. We can start to make ourselves a little bit more money. But yeah, at Zufbar, this is going to be the focus of the next episode. Until then, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I sincerely apologise for not being able to play this out, but I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.